Now we have to build invoice on email, then SMS, then in the form of push notification. To build an invoice in a form of email, we have to use Email Studio. Before we go and build anything on Email Studio, we should understand the compliance governing email sends. Like GDPR was a compliance related to data. Can spam is a new compliance which we are going to see, which governs email sends. All these compliances as a consultant you have to keep in your mind and would be asked everywhere, wherever you go. So what is can spam? Before building an email, we should understand how we have to build email so that we are compliant. Compliance plays an important factor in professional communication. You cannot send any type of communication to anybody. It would trigger a lot of issues and your domain reputation might be impacted. You can imagine Amazon is continuously sending communications. Suppose their communications start getting into spam, it will lose trust in the market. And once Amazon.com domains loses its reputation, it would be very difficult for Amazon to change its domain, because Amazon.com is a branded domain. You cannot play with your company's domain. All these factors defines reputation of your domain. So if you are sending an email with a domain, then you have to understand what are the compliances which governs your email send. And can spam is the law which we have to understand, which governs our email send. So before building an email, we should understand how to build a compliant email. What are the compliance factors which governs email sends? So can spam law. What is can spam law? It is a global law released by US Federal Commission. Can spam is majorly for commercial emails and less for transactional emails. We discussed what are commercial and transactional emails. Commercial to promote products and services, transactions to facilitate response based on an action. So commercial emails are highly governed under can spam law. Why these are highly governed under can spam law? Because commercial emails user has not asked. So if user is not having any idea that he is going to receive commercial email, then sending company should be very cautious in sending him an email. That email should be compliant to can spam law. So can spam is for commercial emails. The Can Spam Act requires commercial emails whose primary purpose is to deliver commercial content meet some criteria. What is the first criteria? The first criteria should be accurately identify sender in the header information. It says that accurately identify the sender in the header information. That means whenever you are receiving an email, you should be accurately able to identify from where the email has come from. So if I go to gmail.com and if I open any commercial email which was sent to me, every commercial email lands into promotions folder. And if I open any email, I should be accurately able to identify the sender information within the header. That is what first can spam law says. This is the header of the email. This is the subject of the email. So if I look at the header of the email, I should be able to understand from where the email has come from. This email was delivered to me by Pepperfry. So seeing at the header of the email, I can understand the email has come from Pepperfry. But how you will authenticate if this is a genuine sender? Seeing his email address. These people are using pepperfry.com as a domain. That means the name this email is claiming, the company the email sender is claiming is genuine because the from name, that means the name which company has kept, and the from email, the email address which the company has used to deliver me the email, are reflecting to the same domain. Pepperfry, if brand is claiming, then their domain should also reflect pepperfry.com. This will help you differentiate between suspicious senders and genuine senders. The first CAN spam law says that accurately identify the sender in the header information. That means the from name and from email should be accurately identifying a genuine sender. Now let's try to see another example. We will open our spam folder. Now these emails are into spam due to some or other reason. Let's try to open any email. Okay, any email. Let's try to find an example. Let's try to find a good example here inside our spam. So suppose Make My Trip is a famous company. Everybody knows, everybody has their app. So Make My Trip has sent me email. Just seeing that email in my inbox, wow, flat 10% off. First booking on Make My Trip. You cannot identify, just like here, if it is a genuine sender or not until and unless you go inside the email and check the header. You see that the company is claiming Make My Trip, okay, but the email address they are using is newsletters@wteal.in. So you are fooled. You are fooled by this email. They are claiming Make My Trip, but where is the evidence? Domain is not reflecting that evidence that it is coming from Make My Trip. So this is what first CAN spam law is. The first CAN spam law says that you should be able to accurately identify a sender within the header. It's from name, that means the name they are claiming, and from address, that means the email address they are using to send email should be accurately identified. But in this case, these are two different things. So we can easily understand that the email sender is a spam. This is what you can see. Pepperfry and pepperfry.com, these people are not spam. So with first CAN spam law, you have made sure that you are able to find the genuine email sender and spam non-genuine one. The second CAN spam law says that use a subject line that accurately represents the content of the email. That means the subject line should be accurately representing what you have inside the email. Give your home a summer upgrade. That means they are trying to sell some summer related products. They are trying to send some furniture related to summer collection. These people are genuine. But when you look this, register now, get flat 10% off. You see nothing they have sent. So the subject line they have is not at all representing the genuine content which they should have in the email. So the second CAN spam law says that you cannot fool customer using a subject line to motivate them to open the email. If they open the email, you might have something suspicious there, which you would install on the device as a hacker. So to avoid this, first thing we have to understand if the from name and from address is correct or not. Second thing, we have to understand if the subject line is accurately defining the content or not. The third CAN spam law says that identify the message as an advertisement unless you have express consent from the subscriber. We have discussed you cannot send emails to a non-subscriber person A person who has not opted in to receive your communication should not receive. But in worst case, you know somebody and but they have not subscribed, but you know them and you still want to include them into email send, then you have to identify email as an advertisement. You should provide a clear consent in the email body that the sole purpose of this email is for advertisement. Why? Because advertisements are generic, emails are personal. You see Facebook advertisement, they have not asked you to provide any information. A new car is launched, a new product is launched. You see advertisements on television, news channels. Those people are showing you advertisement because the nature of advertisement is generic. But when you try to send me an email, that means email address is my PI data, personal identification data. So the communication should be personal. If I am your subscriber, then you can send me emails because I have shared my PI data with you. But if I am not your subscriber and if still you want to share me an email, then that email address, then email body should be identified as an advertisement. So the third can-spam law says that you have to identify the email content as advertisement if you are sending email to a non-subscriber. First can-spam law was accurately identify subscriber in the header information. From address should be accurate. The second can-spam law says that subject line should be accurate, should not be fooling. The third can-spam law says that you cannot send communication to a non-subscriber, but if still you want to send a communication, you have to identify that communication as an advertisement. The fourth can-spam law says that include physical mailing address. That means you have to include your physical address, where your company is situated. Okay. What is the address of your company? What is the phone number of your company? At what state, street, postal code your company is based? So that physical mailing address you have to send to your customers. That physical mailing address you have to send to your customers. If you fail to do so, then it would trigger a spam complaint. You see, I am getting email from Pinterest. They have clearly mentioned where they are physically based. 651 this street, San Francisco, CA this. They have accurately provided their physical mailing address. They have accurately used their Pinterest and Pinterest domain email address. Then we are able to find them that these people are legitimate senders. The subject line they have used is accurately able to identify the content. So the fourth can-spam law says that physical mailing address should be present inside your email. And fifth, last but not the least, the fifth can-spam law says that you should provide person an option to opt out. Whenever I am irritated receiving your emails, I should go and unsubscribe. That mechanism should be very simple. It should not be diverting. You should have to provide an unsubscribe button inside your footer of the email so that whenever I want to exit, I can go and unsubscribe. So all the commercial emails will have unsubscribe button as well. This is the fifth can-spam law which you must have to comply. All these laws governs your email send, and if you don't follow these law, you will get your position in the spam, and you can wonder your company is spending millions of dollars in marketing cloud, and due to your negligence, their emails are getting into spam. Their reputation is getting de-reputed every day, which is a nightmare for a company. So as a consultant, you have to provide best consulting to your clients, and you should be very much compliant to can-spam law. Now I discussed can-spam law majorly for commercial email, not for transactional email. So let's try to understand with fifth CAN-SPAM law. You have to provide an unsubscribe link. Now in transactional email, you don't get unsubscribe link. You might be getting regular emails from Amazon to see more product recommendations. You might be getting this day sale, big billion day sale, Amazon Prime day sale. One day you get irritated and you unsubscribe. From tomorrow, you are not able to receive that commercial email. But day after tomorrow, you have anniversary, you have purchased something for your suppose. And once you have purchased something, it is your right to receive the invoice. You have made a transaction. As you have unsubscribed Amazon earlier, it should not avoid you getting the or restrict you getting the transactional emails. Transactional emails won't follow unsubscribes. Whatever your subscription status is, whenever you transact, it is your birthright to receive an invoice. Every government has enforced this. You might have subscribed for a bank. Suppose in India, we have HDFC, ICICI Bank. Every day they are sending me emails. Take this FD, invest here, invest there. I got irritated, I unsubscribed. That does not mean that tomorrow I have to log into their portal for net banking and I forgot my password. I clicked on forgot password. They will not send me one-time passcode on my email. That is a transactional nature email. It is my right to receive that passcode, one-time passcode, so that I log into their portal, reset my password, and do whatever I want with my money. I have given them money. It is my right to receive all the transactional communications. So transactional emails follow CAN-SPAM law, like first law, second law, third law, but remaining laws are not applicable because you cannot have unsubscribe link in transactions. So guys, that was all about CAN-SPAM law.